I just got done watching the 3 episodes of this season thing, whatever you want to call it. And I was so confused because they were talking about things. I was like, wait, didn't we, SK and Raven have broken up now because SK was cheating? Cole and Zaynab, didn't they already talk about the whole cutie situation? Like, why didn't we resolve that whole fat shaming thing? It was just like so confusing. And so I ended up having to look this up because it was just not clicking. It was just not clicking for me at all. Turns out Love is Blind was initially filmed in June, July of 2021 after The Altar was filmed in August of 2022. The reunion special, that's what's key here, the reunion was filmed after the show had first came out, which was October of 2022. So after The Altar was actually filmed 2 months before the reunion. I think that's what makes it like really, really confusing. I don't know why they chose that direction. I think going forward, so the way I envision it, Love is Blind comes out, gets filmed, people are like loving it. They're like, nyam, 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 nyam. We love Love is Blind. And then for the cast members to have time to know like the perception and to get more of like people to have seen the show to call out drama. Like, we did not know anything about the SK Raven, which I'm going to do like a season 3 review of it, and I'll talk more about the SK Raven drama. But we would have not known about any of that if the show hadn't already been released. So it makes sense that after The Altar, SK and Raven can look so cute and happy, or like getting back together, is because like nothing's happened. Like, they don't have like that big push. So I think it's just very fascinating. I think it's very fascinating. Anyways, I'm Kaya Simone. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content for me. I do recaps of reality stuff. I'm trying to get more into that, and also like TV shows and movie reviews. So I'd love to have you here. So if you don't know anything about Love is Blind, you probably aren't going to want to be watching this video because like we're so deep into this at this point. But you can watch one of my recaps for the beginning of season 3 right here. I think it was a pretty good job. But basically where we left off at the end of season 3, the main part, the weddings, 2 couples got engaged, 2 couples got married, my bad. Alex and Brennan are problematic couple. They're perfect for each other and not in a great way in my opinion. And then we have Colleen and Mark, Matthew, Luke, Jacob. I just cannot for the life of me remember this man's name. I have tried repeatedly and it just has not happened. Maybe it's a me thing, maybe it's my fault, but it's just not happening and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm sorry, sir. I just do not know who you are. My bad. Those 2 couples, and then all the other couples that failed are in like tumultuous spaces. So when we open up on the episode, we have Raven and SK. Raven's meeting SK at the airport because hopefully we all remember SK ended up going to grad school in California, but Raven lives in Dallas. And at the altar, he said no. Raven cried. She said yes. But they're making it work. They do technically live together. They fly out to see each other. So things are going well on that side. Brennan and Alex are doing beautifully. Cool. And then each of the main groups, like the 5 girls and the 5 guys, 5 girls all meet each other for brunch. And Raven is giving like so much side eye that like I'm not convinced these women are friends. I know Zaynab and Alex are supposed to be friends, but I'm not convinced any of these women are actually friends. Like, you cannot tell me these girls actually like each other, But they're just talking about how Colleen mentions that like she and what's his face? Oh my gosh, I should look this up. I'm gonna look it up. No, I don't want to. Colleen and what's his face are still not living together, and she's talking about how he has a dog that needs to be like neutered or spayed, but he doesn't want to do it.
My boy, but she wants to get him neutered so bad.
Yes, it's too much humping for me.
And I'm just like, I just don't get it. And I feel like they're not in a great place. I feel like at the reunion, they're still not in a great place. I don't know. Like, I just don't know about them, honestly. And we find, because the guys do their own like bowling date, the 4 of them. So none of them talk to Cole because of his whole fat shaming thing. And I was like confused again because I was like, wait, didn't we realize that this was one of like Zaynab's self-help body esteem issues that Cole didn't exasperate, or, you know? But like, it makes sense that people still view it this way because they don't know about the cutie scene that wasn't released. They didn't actually see the show. They don't actually know what was spoken about. They're doing this all on speculation and conversations. And what's interesting to me is that Zainab has said she's gone into therapy at this point.
In hindsight, Cole was just the last thing I tried to put in my little box.
Sense that it's been that successful, especially because what happens on later in like the trilogy's episodes as well as Reunion. Like I said, there's 3 episodes, but I don't think it makes the most sense to talk about it like episode by episode because it's like one narrative arc. The narrative arc being that Alex is having a birthday celebration. I looked this up. The After Altar was filmed, like I said, in October 2022. Alex's birthday in September. So she just had an early birthday. The show was like, we need some kind of big gathering to bring everyone together, the whole cast and everyone. And Alex was like, sure, I'll plan my birthday. Let's go. Again, so we're just having all the setups for these scenes that are going to escalate at the altar. One of the ones being about Bartesian and Nancy. One of my favorite things is calling Bartise by things that are not Bartise. I think it's the internet's favorite thing. It's like so funny. Nancy and Bartise have for some strange reason have maintained their friendship over the past year. And Nancy has been struggling with keeping that friendship alive. They've hooked up like almost once, but otherwise it's been pretty platonic. But one of the things that Nancy's struggling with is that Bartise is very like flirty and open and touchy, so it's been hard for her to distance herself and not see him in that romantic capacity at times. And she also just keeps hoping that he'll be better and improve, and it's not happening. She doesn't know what to do about it. To the point where she still has not told any of her family that she's been talking to Bartise for the past year. And she goes on to say, well, like, they just really support my choices, but the whole fact that this happened, I let someone hurt me, like, they kind of has dwindled her trust her family has in her.
Do you know that emoji poop? That's what it is for me. Peace off, S-H-I-T.
And she doesn't know what to do. If you feel like you cannot tell your family something about like a partner, probably not the best partner for you. I'm just being honest. Because long term, how's that actually gonna work? Gotta think, kids, gotta think. But Bartise thinks things are going great. He's like, yeah, we're friends. We should be besties. I don't get what the problem is, man. Like, I'm out here in the streets doing my thing. You're out here in your streets doing your thing. But we could still be friends. Like, we know each other the best. Like, we know each other more than a lot of people know us. So on the SK and Raven front, not too much here that happens in After the Altar at this point, but basically Raven's thinking about not staying in Dallas long term. But that's like also a weird thing because I know she opened up a Pilates studio in Dallas end of last year. So it's like, again, not clicking. And SK invites his brother down to Dallas because he wants to propose to Raven. Things are going well. And I'm like, cool. But again, we all know it's not cool. So it's just like literally see nothing, hear nothing, say nothing. Like, we're just going to be mindless zombies. That this doesn't matter. Zainab and Cole have not talked, again, because this is After the Altar, which is before the reunion, have not talked since the wedding. Cole fully believes that Zainab and him were going to be in a relationship after the show.
I thought we were going to keep dating after the
You really
wedding.
thought that?
Zainab did not believe that. She's still working through everything that he put her through. She says like she still has some unresolved issues from her dad dying when she was young. And she's not going to engage with him at all at Alex's birthday party. But if he comes up her, they'll talk. But otherwise, she's like, I'm done with this.
I thought we were going to keep dating after the
You really
wedding.
thought that?
I'll talk about this at the end, my thought here, so stay for it. The birthday party finally comes and everyone is out here looking amazing. Like, look at these looks. Nancy in this gorgeous red orange number, Raven in this white number, like looking hot. Alex is just like, yeah, this is my body. She's basically wearing a fully sheer dress and black underwear and pasties and saying like, this is my look. Her family is there, but she's like, this is my look. Everyone's looking great. Everyone's looking super hot. I wish I had been there. I wish I had taken my chance and applied for Love is Blind Dallas while I could have. I could have been on the show. I would have made it, I think. I don't know. I'd like to think I'd have made it. I have very high hopes for myself in the reality television world. Things we learn here is that as we already know, Colleen and what's his face, and again, I don't know. We learned that he is actually the reason that they aren't living together. He said that like it didn't make sense for him to break his lease. It would have been like $4,000, and like they weren't ready, and like they were taking their time. And like I get it that it is rushed to have to live with someone that you've only known for 6 weeks, but you married them. And one of the things that Colleen keeps saying, like, times have been tough, like 6 months were really hard, but now we're in our honeymoon phase. And the thing that gets us through our fights is that at the end of the day, we both said yes. So like, that's deserving enough. And the other guy went through a divorce before, so I'm sure he's one to keep it in. But it's like, you should want to live with your partner, especially when you marry. I don't think I would move in with someone for until like maybe 2 years. I mean, I still live in New York now, so maybe earlier to save rent. But you know, and like I don't know. And like the guy, he said that there was his big thing was that he was the main reason behind it. And this is my thing here why I wish After the Altar was filmed later, reunions were filmed later about the cost, because now they have influencer money. Like now they can do sponsorships. Now they're getting flown out. Like now they can do so many things. Like so that $4,000 is gonna drop in the bucket to break a lease. You know, like they easily have that now. So it's just not a conversation that I feel like is strong enough in retrospect. Our boy Cole shows up. No one is talking to this man. And I'm like, why does everyone hate him? Like you were friends with this man for a while and now you guys are all hating on him. But it just kind of really upsets me how quickly people can turn. And one of the first things that Bartesian tries to do a little meeting with Brennan and Cole, because again, I think that's one of the reasons that no one hangs out with Cole anymore, is that Brennan is so upset on behalf of Alex, on behalf of Zaynab. And he's just like, yeah, I just don't get why I don't talk anymore. That's what Cole says.
Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't respect the way that things went down. From what I've known, things were negative.
He's fat and like all these nasty things. And Cole's just like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's what you said. He's like, okay, I know that you're doing this on behalf of like Brent, like on behalf of Alex. But Brent's like, no. Like you said these things, like these were awful things that you were saying. Like it's not okay. And he's like, okay, I know that's what you believe, but he's like, no, that's what I know. And it's just like, I don't know, this is all hearsay at this point. But the way he was like so strongly adamant, on one side I'm like, yeah, Brennan, go protect your girl and her friends, like preach, boy, like preach, do your thing, like love it. But the other hand, I'm like, you're also attacking him. So I think it's off like from Cole's side, it's like to have all these people in his life to go from having this whole community to having nothing. Crazy. At the end of the day, Cole walks away and Brennan's like, you know, if you become a better person, you said you're working on it, you should just do it versus trying to become one. And Cole's like, I'm trying, but Brennan's like, do it. And it's just like, it was not a beneficial conversation at all whatsoever. Nancy does finally sit down Bartessois and tells them that like, he sits next to her, she's like, you're touching me, please don't do that. And I think that's one of the things she was like, the problem was like the boundaries of her trying to actually get over this man. She's just like, I don't see why we should be friends. I feel like I keep hoping that you get better, but you aren't. And like, I have so much, I keep trying to trust you. And like, at the end of the day, I don't think you're improving my life at all. And I don't see how you could. And Bartiz is like, wait, are you saying that we should no longer be friends? She's like, yeah. Which is her right. It's her right to say that. Like, there's no reason that she has to keep entertaining you because you want her to. Like, that's not how this works.
And in the long run, the benefit of him being in my life is minute.
So I'm proud of Nancy to just cut it off. She could have cut it off a lot earlier, but I feel like realistically part of her had hope and also didn't want to say like she failed at this. I don't think she failed, of course she didn't fail, but I could see how she can have that attitude towards herself. The last serious conversation that happens at Alex's birthday is, of course, between Zaynab and Cole.
Hello. Hi, Zay.
Hi.
I wanted to come break the ice and just say hey.
Where Cole's like, can I talk to you? And he just goes on to say that he honestly thought that they were going to walk away from the altar, at least in a relationship, maybe not married, but at least in a relationship. And that was like really difficult from him, was like her saying negative things about him, but also saying positive things at the same time. So it's like, what actually is she trying to say, like what actually is like conflicting. And she was just like, you know, she's like, I don't regret my time on Nicole, but you're just not the person. I was never going to be right for you, and I hope you're able to find it. Again, not a productive conversation. I was just like, they're both talking, but neither of them was hearing each other. And I was like, yeah, you guys did not need to be married. You guys did not need a relationship. And Cole, in his like little takeaway, was like, yeah, I'm looking for love and marriage and someone who's good in a bikini. I like was like, are you saying that Zaynab did not gonna? I think it was just edited weird. Cole never thought Zaynab was ugly or unattractive. All he said was like, she was not the kind of girl that he would typically date because Zaynab is brown. That's it. Honestly, that's it. But again, no, nothing was ever gonna come to be beneficial for that. So I'm glad they figured that out earlier versus later. Okay. After the altar ends with SK proposing to Raven, it was really cute. It was like a really cute, like special moment. Like I was like, honestly started to tear up. I was like, oh my gosh. Fortunately for their benefit, they do include a clip of Raven talking about an update 5 months later, being like, yeah, our engagement ended because SK cheated on me and it was really tough.
SK cheated on me and now our relationship is over.
I really believed in what I had with that person. Like, she gave him a second chance and he ruined it. And it's like honestly heartbreaking. Yeah, but that is after the altar. I'm still not convinced that Colleen and Matt will, that's his name, Matt, I looked it up. Matt will work out long term. I don't know if they like each other. I think they're a perfect example of a couple who loves each other but doesn't like each other. And I do not know what they're gonna do about that as time goes on. I really I hope it works out, but I just don't see it. Like once like the fame starts to fade a little bit and like less and less of people are asking about their relationship each day, I think end in quietness and we'll all be like, oh, whatever happened to Colleen and Matt? They're divorced. Alex and Brennan will probably be married till death. Yeah, so yeah, and that is it for After the Altar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap. If you did, please give it a like, a comment, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really trying to get my subscriber count to my 1,000 goal by July. So I know I need to post more, I'm pushing, so that's my goal right now. So hope you can be there. Please keep watching because we're gonna be doing a perfect match that comes out this week, I think on the 14th. So I'll be doing a recap of that season that has some of our favorite villains as Bartice. It has that guy from The Ultimatum, has Shake, maybe not Shake, but like, yeah, it has supposed to have a whole mismatch of people from like Netflix shows like The Circle, Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, Trying to Find Love. So I'm pumped for it. And I'll also be doing a season 3 recap of Love is Blind at some point this month. We'll see when I get to it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Love you all. Thanks. Bye.